Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Weekly Tangents. This week, Jonathan, it's not quite Halloween, but it's almost Halloween. So I thought, hey, let's do a Halloween candy tier list.
Hey, if we just forget to upload for a few weeks, it'll be perfect.
I mean, well, if this comes out, wait, when does this come out? I don't know. Time is an
Like
illusion.
tomorrow.
Yeah, but tomorrow for us, they don't know when tomorrow is. We haven't said
Ah,
numbers yet.
we are coming from the future. We are recording this October 31st.
But is it the future if they're listening to it on October 31st?
Oh, shoot. Shoot, they could be listening to it December 25th.
That would be weird, but yeah. So, Halloween candy. First of all, Jonathan, I know you're not a huge sweets person, but do you? I assume you like candy, right?
Well, I'm going to add a little bit of a amendment here. I love sweets. It's just candy that is like in a tier of its own, like a tier below. Because like cheesecake, oh, I'm pounding cheesecake after cheesecake. Oreo milkshakes, oh my goodness, I'm slurping 8 of them. You give me a Kit Kat, I'm having one of them.
Gotcha. So you're like, you might have an S tier candy, but your S tier candy is probably going to be below your like B tier cheesecake for you.
Absolutely, 1000%. Like I would prefer a Jack in the Box cheesecake over an S tier candy generally.
Really? Okay. Well, then I'll be interested in hearing what your opinions on and seeing how many fights we get into.
Oh, I'm ready to fight. Let me tell you, I woke up ready for violence.
No, I'm glad to hear it. So, all right, let's start off with the first one. You have Swedish Fish as your first.
Yeah, Swedish Fish is the first one here, and remember we had a Swedish friend growing up. I think he was Swedish. I don't even remember.
We had a Swedish friend.
Wait, was Chris actually part Swedish, or did he just have a lot of Swedish fish for no reason?
I think that he just had Swedish Fish.
Why did he keep giving me Swedish Fish then? I'm very confident he told me he was part Swedish.
I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, we're American. Like, all of our friends are German, despite speaking no German, have never gone to Germany. I mean, it's American things, man.
Point being, I remember he gave them to me, and I remember thinking, wow, these have no flavors, and I never had them again because I hated it.
Yeah, not only does the flavor end up being like this most muted flavor, but they're a gummy question mark because they're also like, at least when I've had them, the hardest fucking gummies
Right?
ever.
It's like, dude, this is bordering on a hard candy. I'm having to fucking chew the hell out of this thing.
Yeah, so I guess my question for you is D or F? Because, like, is F that we actively hate it? Because it doesn't taste bad, it just doesn't taste, and then the texture is slightly annoying. Or is F just like the fuck you tier? It doesn't matter if it's bad, it's just like, it's the worst of the bunch.
I feel like F tier is aggressively and actively bad. I think Swedish Fish is D tier because I had it once. I'll never have it again, but I'd much rather have it over something like aggressively bad.
Yeah, I'm not throwing up when I'm eating it. I'm just never craving it. So, all right, throw it in D tier then.
Firmly D tier. D for dish fish.
Dish fish.
All right. Well, moving that out of the way. Next up is Milky Way.
Yeah, Milky Way. It's in the bars of chocolate that I'll probably get flamed for, but like between this, Three Musketeers, Twix, like I know that they're all different, but they're all just like so goddamn similar. Of like they have something caramelly, they're chocolate, and like it's good. I enjoy
Yeah.
it, but it really bleeds into the bunch for me at least.
Can you remind me, does Milky Way have nuts in it?
I do believe it has peanuts.
Okay, I think that knocks it up a little bit. Not that I'm a huge nut and chocolate guy, but it gives it a bit of a distinct flavor, from the other
No, let me
two.
tell you right now, my Milky Way candy bar does not have peanuts. However, the Milky Bar website states that it may contain peanuts. So,
Oh,
uh-huh.
whoopsie. Well, wait a minute. It doesn't have it, but it may contain it. Is that a quality assurance issue, or is it like this was made in a peanut factory deal?
I mean, candy bar factories, they're all like by Nestle, aren't they? So they probably are just like, hey, who knows? Peanut could have flown in here.
Yeah, honestly, I doubt they check enough. Well, okay, so if it's basically shoot, I remember liking Milky Ways a good bit growing up. I haven't had one in a decade, but I remember distinctly liking it. I think like a B because I remember preferring it out of the three.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say the same of like, obviously they don't stand out enough that you and I are both like, oh yeah, we know if they have peanuts or not. But as a whole, like, yeah, it's a solid chocolate bar. I'd probably agree. I'd throw it at B.
Yeah, like if you gave me a bag of candy and I saw like Milky Way in it, I'd eat it. I wouldn't like, shove it aside. I at least want to remember what it was like.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So next up, are these like Hershey's like minis specifically, or these like just Hershey's like just in general?
They're the minis. I mean, one of the things that comes from them is like the basic ass Hershey's, but specifically since this is like the Halloween candy tier list, I thought of like this is something that you see then. It has like a mini Mr. Good, it has a mini like crackle bar or whatever the hell. It has all of it is just like very standard forms of Hershey's. But yeah, you can just
Okay.
rate it off the basic if that's all you know.
Oh boy. I want you to go first on this one because we're gonna fight.
Oh, are we? Uh Honestly, for me, it's like very C tier of like I think that it's iconic and it's not bad. Like the Swedish fish, I do think it's better than the Swedish fish, but it's just like it's so one note. If you give me a graham cracker and a marshmallow, then jump that up to S tier. But just by itself, it's just like one of the most boring chocolates out there.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is in bar form, it's so forgettable. Like, I'd rather have a Snickers, I'd rather have a Crunch, I'd rather have, like, pretty much anything else, not because it's bad, it's just very one note. So as a chocolate bar, it fails, but as a kiss, let me tell you,
Oh my god.
no, there's no other candy that's comparable to Hershey Kisses other than Rolos, I guess. But point being, just like in terms of like shape and like all that stuff, like it is a distinctly different entity that's at least a B tier.
My god. Well, good thing this isn't kisses. So fuck you.
No, no, no.
What's what do you
This
mean?
is,
No, no, no. This specifically, the picture is not a kiss.
but you said, whether it's a mini, whether it's a whole form, I've definitely gone Hershey Kisses on Halloween.
Yeah, but this Hershey's Kiss is not a mini. It's a Hershey's Kiss. So shut up and put it in C tier where it belongs.
Make me. I'm the one recording the video.
Oh, I hate you.
Okay, there we go. Fine. C tier for could be better.
Yeah, it really could be.
All right. But that gives us Butterfingers straight D tier. No arguments.
Are you serious?
I don't like Butterfingers. Or at least I had it one time, like a couple times as a kid, and I hated it every time. Granted, I'm more open minded now, but apparently I'm closed minded enough that I never tried it again.
Oh my god! I will also because you don't eat candy, but yeah, I love the taste of Butterfingers. Like they're peanut buttery, they got that nice crunch to them. Like, granted, nothing gets in your teeth like Butterfingers does. It's fucking
Yeah.
atrocious from that standpoint, and they're also like one of the worst candies as far as like being crumbly when you open them up after Halloween. So
Yeah.
for me, I'd be fine with like low B tier, high C tier, but D tier, go fuck yourself.
No, it's like it's too hard and too crunchy. I don't want to be like chewing through glass. Like that's what my parents were afraid of with candy growing up.
Okay, well, since I want B and you want D, and considering that you haven't had it for a while, are you fine with compromising it towards high C?
I'm fine with low C.
You think that it's worse than a Hershey's bar?
I would rather have a Hershey's over a Butterfinger, yeah.
I think you're a fucking psychopath, but once again, you're the one with power, so I guess light
C
Jonathan up in the comments.
C for Cutterfinger because I'm gonna cut myself over all this edge here.
Oh my
All
god.
right. Jolly Ranchers. Oh my goodness. I'll open on this one.
Now open with it then.
Yeah. Just great all around. I can plop one after another in my mouth and suck it. Okay. Okay. Never mind. We're going to get demonetized. Let me start over. Okay. Jolly Ranchers, great. You could have your solid blueberry. You could have your nice strawberry or green apple. We're going to ignore grape. Otherwise, that's going to knock it down a few
I can
pegs.
agree with that 100%.
Yeah. But all in all, I will never complain if someone gives me a Jolly Rancher. I'm very pleased. I say it's at least B tier, maybe A tier.
Yeah, for me, I mean, once again, I agree with Grape. Also, side note, you said get demonetized. Jonathan, we have to be monetizable first for that to happen,
Hey,
so
we
don't
had
worry
our
about
one
that.
big hit 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. But I agree. Like, out of the hard or like fruity flavored candies, I think that honestly they go the hardest. Like, they're pretty damn good.
They're also the hardest in terms of texture, but
Yeah,
continue.
exactly. Double entendre. But no, I really enjoy them. I'd also agree. Like high B, low A. They're definitely up there. Not Grape though. Grape can go fuck
Yeah.
itself.
I'm gonna say we need to come up with a definitive consensus between A or B, though. I'm gonna say it is A because I can't really imagine it getting like much better or anyone out competing it in its specific
Yeah, yeah, I
category.
agree. I'd say low A.
Yeah, low A, ignore grape. All right, next up, Sour Patch Kids. Ooh, I'll let you open on this one.
I enjoy Sour Patch Kids. I think that they don't have a grape, so that's always a plus.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're a fruity candy that really like the draw of it is barely the fruit; it's just the sour punch to it. I really enjoy it. I think because of that, it gets a little bit boring because even though there's a difference in the flavor, like. I'm normally a strawberry person as opposed to like blueberry, but I'm fine with both of those because it's just fucking sour punching you in the face. So like it's good, but similar to the Hershey's, it kind of one notes itself. So I
Yeah.
think it's like a solid B.
I feel like my thing with Sour Patch is kind of funny because I like sour candy, but it's never the thing I gravitate to. But if anyone like gives me sour candy and I eat it, it's generally pretty good. I never really have any complaints. Like I like Sour Patch. I have no major complaints about it. Like it's not like you said, not a ton of flavor, but like it's sour. It's like if and anything spicy, the spice is always going to be at the forefront. The sour is always going to be at the forefront. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So you say B, I can live with B. I could live with B.
All right. All right.
But speaking of mildly spicy, next up
Yes.
we've got hot tamales, and let me tell you, I I don't think I've had hot tamales specifically, but like I've had, Big Red, I've had Fireball. I understand the premise of a cinnamon spicy candy. Is that not what it is, right?
Yeah, that is exactly what it
Okay.
is.
Yeah, and that flavor is very mid. Like it's good at what it does. It's just what it does is not very good. I'm gonna say C tier.
I agree 100%. Like I enjoy spice when it comes to other things, but when I'm going for candy, spicy is generally what I'm not isn't something that what I'm going for. And also cinnamon doesn't tend to be something I'm going for.
No. Also, I want to. I'm ready to get flamed here, but I don't want spice in my candy. I've tried like Mexican chocolate and everything. It is not good. Like I'm sorry, I do not want those two contrasting flavors in my mouth.
I mean, I would agree with you, but I also kind of have like remaining hatred since your Butterfinger take, so I don't know.
Oh, no, you'll be able to get me back for that later. But hot tamales, more like no. All right, C tier
Okay.
it is. All right, candy corn, straight F tier. I don't like. I actually dislike candy corn. It is not good.
I agree, but there's one thing that I want you to consider, Jonathan, which this
Okay.
is a Halloween candy tier list. This isn't a what candy
Okay.
tastes the best tier list, even though it's kind of that. And like, I just feel that they're so fucking iconic. Where if you don't see any candy corn during Halloween and your, pillowcase at the end of the day, if you don't see a decoration that looks like it just doesn't feel like Halloween. It's got the colors of Halloween and
Okay.
autumn. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like the shittiest, just hard sugar, like similar texture to Swedish fish, but somehow worse. So I agree that the flavor is like probably low D or F tier, but I feel like for the candy
Okay.
itself, like you gotta give it, D tier, Jonathan, because it represents something.
Although the argument is persuasive, that by that same argument, if someone hands me hot tamales on Halloween, I'm gonna be really mad and ready to throw hands.
Why?
Who gives hot tamale? That's like cinnamon? No, that's like okay, I guess there is pumpkin spice lattes, sure. But like when I think cinnamon, I think more like nice, pie during Thanksgiving, brings the family together. Maybe you'll do it for Christmas too. I'm not thinking Halloween for like spice and cinnamon together. No. Like I've never once been given a box of hot tamales for Halloween.
Dude, I only put those on there because I've only gotten them for Halloween. I have never seen I've never seen hot tamales at a grocery store checkout aisle. I have only seen them in small shitty boxes inside of my pillowcase.
I'll tell you what, I wish we never did either.
Uh,
Maybe I think hot tamales are actually a D in retrospect. Hold on a minute.
yeah, well then bump them up to C for them being a Halloween thing, and then put candy corn at D. There you go.
No, no, no. I say okay, fine, fine. No, no, no. Hot tamales is D, and then candy corn is D in my opinion. Then
I hated that my computer is so shit that you're the one who has all the control here, but okay,
okay, I mean
fine.
I'm leaving it at C for spirit of argument for me to bring up later to argue again. But trust me, it's coming. It's coming.
All right, all right.
But after hot tamales is Starbursts. And let me tell you, Starbursts, not just a good Halloween candy, just a good candy. Every time I'm given Starbursts, I'm happy. I don't care if it's red, I don't care if it's pink, I don't care if it's yellow. I always like Starbursts. They are B tier minimum. Like I'd say no, actually A tier. I like Starbursts. Starbursts are good.
Honestly, man, like First of all, I fucking hate their orange. I don't know why, but
No. Well, actually, orange. Yeah, I forgot about orange. You got
orange,
an argument.
like I'm fine with oranges in real life, but just the flavor of their orange just something throws me off about it. I think that they're fine flavor wise, but their texture is what throws me off. I guess I'm just not a taffy person because I swear, like, I can down, looking back to Butterfingers or Hershey's, like I can down 10 of those, which probably isn't a good thing, but there's
Mhm.
no issue if I put more than a single Starburst in my mouth at a time. I feel like my teeth are being ripped from their sockets slowly but surely. So like I'm fine with the flavor, but I think at the end of the day, they got to go like C for me.
Okay, but have you ever tried boiling your Starburst before you eat them?
Have you?
No, I was just asking for the sake of argument.
No, I have not.
Okay, but like that's a hard one because you have an issue fundamentally with a type of candy, which might come up later with like Laffy Taffy or whatever. I I'm willing to settle on B tier because I said it's A, you say it's C. I think B is a fair compromise if you're
Can you
cool with
put
that.
it low B for me then?
You're saying below Sour Patch and Milky Way?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I will accept it above Sour Patch, below Milky Way.
Okay, fine. I'm
Okay,
not going to make
okay.
this the let's make a deal podcast.
Yeah, I'm much for bargaining if you can tell.
Yeah, apparently.
All right, but next up, ain't nobody put their fingers on my Snicker fingers. That's our next one.
I hate you so much.
Okay, fine. Snickers, supposedly satisfying, and let me tell you, it's pretty satisfying. Yeah, like I have no issue with Snickers.
Oh, you said supposedly. I thought it was like you had never tried one before. That was going to be a big shock.
No,
But
I think I've had like one Snickers and I was reasonably happy, but not enough to go back.
But yeah, for the Halloween candy that I said I kind of all grouped together in my mind, like the Milky Way, Snickers, Twix, Three Musketeers, just all of that shit. Like Snickers and Twix stand out a lot in my mind, and Snickers, like I really enjoy them. They're a little bit like I don't know, they don't get that itch that I have quite as much to go to like A tier for me, but personally, I can see like high B, or if you really want them, I could see high or low A.
Okay. So I feel like the thing of like Milky Way, Three Musketeers, and like Snickers and everything. I feel like Snickers is the worst out of them, but I mean, still pretty good. I'm not gonna complain if I get it. So I'm gonna say low B.
Okay, well, I hate you, and you're definitely making me want to upgrade my computer so you don't have power for my tier lists anymore.
This was your mistake.
It's my mistake to be broke.
Yes, you should have pulled yourself up by your bootstraps harder. You should pull yourself up so hard your feet aren't even on the floor.
Apparently. Well, that's a dud. A milk dud. Ha ha ha. Our next one.
Haha, milk duds. So the only time I've ever actually really gotten them are movie theaters. Um,
How did you enjoy them at movie theaters?
okay, actually no, I don't like milk duds. You were talking about Starburst ripping your teeth out of their socket. No, milk duds are like they super glue pliers to your teeth, and then someone yanks on the pliers. Like milk duds get in between your teeth, under your teeth. Like okay, it is unenjoyable to eat. The chocolate is subpar. I'd rather just get a chocolate bar. Milk duds are a total dud for me.
Honestly, yeah, they have dud in their name for a reason. I agree.
So D for dud, right?
I'd say D because they're still not egregious. I wouldn't call them F.
Yeah, I'm gonna say where do we say in relation to Swedish Fish and candy corn? I'm gonna say worse than Swedish Fish.
But
Well,
above
actually,
candy corn.
yeah, they all have issues with their consistency. Maybe that's the big issue with the D tier.
It seems to be that case, but I don't know. I'm fine pretty much anywhere there.
All right, but yeah, next up, M&Ms. Okay, now you got peanut M&Ms here, you got normal M&Ms here. So I'm gonna keep the two separate.
Yes, they are separate.
All right, I'm gonna let you give your opinion first.
How I already know what you're gonna bitch about, and like I enjoy. No, I don't. They're like fairly okay. The most satisfying part of them is their texture. It's the crunch. Like at the end of the day, their chocolate is very just it's whatever. Like I don't hate them. I don't love them. I think they're fairly C tier.
Yeah, I feel like M&Ms are like low B. They're very one note. You get a decent amount of chocolate and a very annoying encasing, and that's kind of it. But like the chocolate's good and like it's an enjoyable enough thing. It doesn't make me want to bash my head on the wall trying to get through the shell.
Yeah,
So Yeah, I'm willing to accept your C tier for M&Ms.
All right.
But
I
when we're
know.
talking about mini M&Ms, those things, oh my god, you're getting so much little chocolate flavor, barely any crunching involved. You're just getting a ton in your mouth at once. I could down little bottle after little bottle of mini M&Ms, and mini M&Ms are straight A tier minimum.
Honestly, I don't agree. I don't disagree with you on that. I do enjoy mini M&Ms more, but since we're 20 minutes in and we're not even like halfway through the candies, I just didn't want to add. I love peanut butter M&Ms more than I love peanut M&Ms. But
Wait,
I
there's peanut butter M&Ms?
yeah, it's the red package. There's pretzel M&Ms. There's so many fucking variations. That's why if we're adding every candy in here, it's going to be 100 items, and this is going to be
Yeah,
our
yeah.
first 2.5
Okay,
hour
so
podcast.
I'm gonna I'm gonna fix this in pre. That's not normal M&Ms. Those are mini M&Ms. Ignore the image, everybody.
No,
Okay.
there's
Well, so
C. Deal with it.
no, no, no. They are A. Deal with
I
this.
hate you so
Okay.
much.
Okay. Can we settle on the highest of B's?
No, because these are basic ass M&Ms. I
No,
agree
no.
that mini
They are
M&Ms.
mini M&Ms.
Jonathan, I'm the one who edits the podcast, and I am not changing this picture. So kill yourself and
No,
put
no,
it in
no.
C.
I said you don't have to fix it. We're imagining, like, imagination.
Well, okay. Well, imagine that the C tier is A tier, and put it in C.
Okay, high B it is.
I hate you.
All right. Next up, Reese's Cups, best known for their advertising campaigns, are REESES Puffs. Except
But
these aren't
that's
Reese's Puffs.
yeah. These are cups, so they're not known.
Reese's Cups.
Okay, I'm just glad you say Reese's because I hate the people who say Reese's.
No, those people, did they not listen to the commercial? It was only on every single commercial break for a childhood.
Yeah, but it was always after George Lopez.
Whoopah.
Whoopah.
But nah, I'll let you go because I know you're going to be more passionate about this than me.
Dude, I'm a slut for peanut butter. I love them. I think they're best when they're frozen, but I think that if you have to do something else, that's like unnecessary to do because you can't put all of these in their best form. So I think that they're super good, but I don't think they have that bit to get them to S tier for me. So I think they're a solid A.
Okay. I've never had a Reese's and disliked it. I
I
feel
hate
like
you. We just agreed on Reese's, and now you called it Reese's all of a sudden.
did I? I genuinely didn't notice. I really have an itchy about flipping between words. But point being, okay, I feel like they're good. I feel like they're B tier, but I'm gonna give you a chance to sway me a bit here. So I'm a big Oreo guy, and not because I like Oreos so much, but because I like Oreo shakes, Oreo cakes, Oreo ice cream, like Oreo based products. It's like
Mhm.
how are like I think there's Reese's like Blast at Sonic, right?
There are my favorite thing.
Okay, like maybe you could sway me here. Are they better than the normal Reese's like cup?
Are Reese's things from Sonic better than normal Reese's?
Or other Reese's based products if others exist. I'm only aware of Blasts.
Oh well, I mean, I guess if it depends how much you like ice cream is the thing. So
I prefer ice cream over Reese's.
then yes, I suppose they're better than normal Reese's.
Hmm. I think we need a third opinion.
No, we don't. Oh my god, Jonathan, this podcast is already going to run long as it is, and you're phoning a friend.
Hey, there's gonna be no editing involved on this one. Okay, but okay, Reese's. Okay, fine. I will firmly say Reese's is second highest B tier after mini M&Ms.
Jonathan, if you bump up mini M&Ms, which aren't even mini M&Ms, and Reese's has so many great variations, which I didn't add for the sake of saving time. Fuck
Okay,
you if you don't put them in A.
what are the other good variations of Reese's?
There's Reese's Minis. There's Reese's Sticks. I'm not sure if that's exactly what they're called. There's Reese's Pumpkins that they have for
I have
Halloween.
never heard of the last two.
Oh my god, Jonathan!
Wait, so we're counting Reese's Minis for the Reese's, but not M&M Minis for the M&Ms?
Because I didn't include Reese's Minis, but I didn't include M&M Minis. But you're counting them in B because of the Minis. So fuck you and add Reese's to A.
Okay, fine. Reese's is low A after Jolly Ranchers.
Okay, I mean I hate you, but okay.
Okay, fine. We'll move on from this disaster and go on to Skittles. The next, not just kidding. Skittles are good.
Uh,
Oh
honestly,
no.
I'm not a
Don't.
Skittles fan, dude. I don't know why. I enjoy sour. I enjoy the fruity flavors. Skittles, I just don't give a shit about. But I also know that enough people enjoy them that I'm fine with giving them a decent rating.
Okay, so like low B.
Yeah, yeah, I'm fine with
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is like I know this is the whole point of the tier list, like comparing things back and forth, but it's like I always feel like Skittles and M&Ms are so weird because they have the exact same encasing for the most part and a drastically different flavor. So like they're lumped in the same idea in my head, but they're really not. It's just so strange.
Yeah, especially if the M&Ms have the M on it, but sometimes they'll get scratched off and just fade or
Oh
whatever. So
yeah.
then you're like, is this going to be chocolate when I bite in, or is this going to be strawberry when I bite in?
One thing I've always wanted someone to do at like a Halloween party is like mix Skittles and M&Ms together in one big bowl and have it be like a surprise thing and have people hate themselves.
Yeah, that does sound terrible because even if you go into it knowing what it is, no one eats a single M&M or a single Skittle. You like pop them in. So if you're, I don't know, just like lemon and chocolate does not sound good together to me.
Dude, would you hate it if I said I actually do eat them singular unless it's mini M&Ms and wish I stuffed 20 in my mouth?
Oh my god, dude! I've already found out that like I no longer want to have a podcast with you after this episode. So
Oh, trust me, this is going downhill faster and faster as we get onto the later ones.
yeah, oh god, man, there's a couple of these that I know that are like solid F tier for me, and when you come up and say that they're an A tier, I'm just gonna gouge out your eyeballs the next time I see you.
Oh boy. Well, let me tell you, they won't be next time I see you if you do that. Next up, peanut M&Ms.
I think that they're better than normal M&Ms. Maybe not better than minis. Shut up, Jonathan. Minis aren't even on the list. But yeah, they're good. Like, they're not as good as peanut butter, but peanut butter isn't on here. And they're just like, they take the one-noteness of the chocolate away from normal M&Ms. They add some peanut in there, which I'm a slut for peanuts or peanut butter. And yeah, like for me, I think like low A tier.
I'm gonna. Oh man, I hate that that puts it above mini M&Ms. I think you did that on purpose, but in principle, peanut M&Ms, yeah, peanut M&Ms are genuinely really good. They take normal M&Ms, put up to a different level. Normal M&Ms, overrated. Peanut M&Ms, solid A.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right,
I
we
am
we
glad
finally
that
agreed on one. But
yeah.
if peanut M&Ms are an just kidding. Okay, gonna move on.
Okay,
Um,
Twizzlers. I'm just gonna be brief on this. Hate Twizzlers. I'm also finding the pattern that apparently everything that has this shitty texture goes to D tier for me, but I think they belong D tier.
The thing is, Twizzlers suck just straight up. Like their flavor is awful, and then it's just bad. But actually, normal licorice is pretty good in my opinion. Like it's let me think. Looking at everything else we have here, I'd say normal licorice is like a C. So like, can we like keep and like take Twizzlers out and just assume normal, like
No,
other
because do
branded?
you ever get like normal licorice? Like I was thinking, I,
Ah,
because this is Halloween candy. Once
okay,
again, like all of
okay.
these are something that I have gotten for Halloween.
Darn you, you got a good point. No one gives me a big bucket of other branded licorice.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, Twizzlers, yeah, Twizzlers suck. They're F tier, honestly. So I'll agree with you on that one.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Smarties, though.
Smarties, this is one of the ones that I feel like you're gonna just be a bitch about to me, and I hate you for that.
Well,
But Smarties,
bitch, B for bitch tier. We got
beaver
it.
bitch tier, yeah. Apparently, Smarties are absolutely F tier for me. I
What?
hated whoever gave Smarties for it. They're just chalky. Their taste is shit. And I remember that I specifically hated Matthew's family because he was one of the people that I would go trick or treating with, as a child. And whenever we rounded back to his house, and they're like, "Oh, cool, you guys want these?" You want some of these Smarties, and Matthew's dad would be like, "Okay, Dylan, I'll take 100 grand from you. I'll take a Kit Kat, and here's all the Smarties." And I'm like, I will give you 100 fucking Smarties to get one Kit Kat. Like they are so terrible.
Dude, okay, what I'm gathering from this is you and I should have gone trick or treating together because evidently we don't share any of the same opinions on anything other than Twizzlers and Jolly Ranchers. Because Smarties are pretty good. Yeah, they're like chalky and kind of taste like medicine, but like I kind of like it for some reason. I don't know why. It's just like it's a nice fruity medicine. It makes me like,
Okay, so Pepto Bismol's going in the S tier for you then.
oh boy, let me tell you. After all the Halloween candy I eat, I probably need it. That's probably why it lands in the S tier. But I genuinely like Smarties. Like if someone gives them to me, I'm happy. For me, Smarties are low B. That you said D tier for you or F
No,
tier?
they are F tier for me. They are
F
worse than
tier?
candy corn. They are like
You're,
one of the worst.
are you saying they're worse than Twizzlers that are F tier?
Just because, like, man, I prefer chewy, like unbearably chewy, as opposed to just eating chalk.
Bro, you are misguided. I need to teach you the way of the smarty.
Oh my god, coming from the guy who doesn't like Butterfingers, just go fuck yourself, put it wherever you want, and
Okay,
yeah.
we will settle on mid D tier.
Oh wow, that's the most generous you've been all day. I appreciate it.
I will only do it because I overrided you on the mini M&Ms.
Okay.
Okay, Airheads. I think I've had one Airhead in my life, and it's a chewy thing, right?
Yeah, it's like taffy-esque, and honestly, out of all of the like chewy taffy things, I probably enjoy them the most. Like, I'm still not a huge taffy guy, but these guys, I would probably put like top of C for me.
I'll let you rate that one because I've had it once and I thought it was pretty good, but I've never had it again. So I'll take your word on this one. I'm not going to argue and be that guy again.
Yeah, there's something I remember people like more than for Halloween candy, kids would have them for like lunch in elementary school, and past that, I've never seen them again.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Airheads were like ubiquitous when we were younger because of those commercials. Like, I think the kid would get flat or whatever after like stomping on an Airhead or something.
Yeah, they would like blow up and then fall down like a balloon.
Yeah. Yeah, what a weird advertising campaign. It made me scared of Airheads.
Fair enough.
All right, Whoppers are the next one. I have a funny story about Whoppers before we rate it.
Does it have to do with the Burger King Whopper and you got confused?
Yes, but it's only mildly like there's a bit more to it.
All
I
right.
went to Shake Shack for the first time this last weekend, and they were selling shakes, and for another dollar, you can make it like a malt. I didn't know what a malt like really was. I'm still not
Yeah.
100% sure, but my friend said it's like the substance inside of a Whopper. And I've never had the Whopper candy in my life, so my mind
Oh,
went to the
really?
Burger King Whopper, and I'm like,
Oh, God.
I was like, why would I want the insides? I'm like, is it not pure beef in a Whopper? Is there like other stuff mixed in? I was like, honestly, kind of makes sense because Burger King is also like D tier. So I was just like, it makes sense. I'm not going to pay an extra dollar for that. But then he realized where the confusion came from the Whopper candy, which I've never had. So you get a free reign on this one.
Oh, okay, I do. Well, Jonathan, then please put them at the top of A.
No way. Are you for real?
I don't think they deserve the top of A, but I honestly they're a solid A for me because they're a malted milk bowl, so it's like a malt, a like vanilla malt milkshakey kind of flavor on the inside
I
with a
hate
light.
is like A is B, B is A, and I don't know.
Exactly, with a well, you've had a malt now, right?
No, I didn't get either the shake nor the malt because I had enough sugar that day.
Oh, okay. But okay, imagine a milkshake, but then slightly different.
That tells me nothing. Different how? Do they mix Burger King insides into it?
Yeah, it's kind of like a milkshake with a little bit of like flame broiled meat.
Oh god. That
And
sounds disgusting. Are you sure that's not F tier?
no, it's great because it's one of the best parts about this candy is like I'm not sure if you can tell by how they look, but I'm someone that's huge on texture and they have like a perfect crunch to them is the thing.
Okay. And is it sweet or like I need you to describe this? I'm sorry.
It's not overly sweet. Like it's got a light milkshake flavor. Ignore the malt part. It's like a light vanilla milkshake with a chocolate outer coating, so it's almost like you have some like, small chocolate bits mixed into your milkshake and then it's super crunchy.
Okay. I do like crunch and I do like milkshake. So I will accept A. I'm going to put it at the bottom of A just cuz I've never tried it, but I'll put it in A.
All right, I accept this.
All right. Well, now Laffy Taffy. I haven't had one of these in like a decade, but I remember liking them a decent bit. Like I'd probably put them like C tier. Like I want to go out of my way, but if I got it, I'd eat it.
I prefer them less than other things, but first of all, if you're a banana person, which I am not, but I can appreciate those who are, they're like the only thing that's banana flavored for candy. So they have that, but more importantly, they have tons of dad jokes at the back, and that like
Do they?
automatically like, dude, I love dad jokes.
Dang. So D for no, just kidding. So we're saying C.
Yeah, I'm fine with C.
Okay, I'll put it above hot tamales,
Yeah,
and
I think that's fair.
yeah, I'm put below Butterfinger.
I well, no, actually, I think that's fair. Yeah.
Okay. Little did you know, right between them. Next up, nerds. I've had nerds once. I'm realizing this is a actually recurring thing, isn't it? They weren't that good.
I appreciate that nerds are like rock candy and like all of these other things you can compare. Oh, this chocolate bar to this chocolate bar, this taffy thing to this taffy thing. But nerds are like clearly their own thing. So even though I'm not huge on them either, I can appreciate them and I think they deserve C tier.
C tier. Okay. I feel like the only thing I can compare nerds to are Dippin' Dots. Granted, I've never had Dippin' Dots, so just looking at them. Have you had Dippin' Dots?
No, I haven't.
They're supposedly supposed to be the future of ice cream, circa 2005.
Yeah, apparently.
All right, I'll put nerds at the bottom of C tier.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Below hot tamales. Next up, lifesavers, and this is where I'm gonna go on another Jonathan rant, a
Okay.
rangent, if you will.
Rant it for me, Jonathan.
Okay, solid, like hard lifesavers, not good. You like they don't have a ton of flavor. They're in your mouth for ages, and it's a ring which has letters on it, kind of annoying when it rubs against your tongue. But chewy lifesavers, oh my goodness, high A tier might be S tier. I love chewy lifesavers.
Now, Jonathan, I gotta say, I am happy for once with one of your takes because I put these on here because I thought, like, man, like they're one of the most flip a coin candies that I get because whenever I get them, I normally don't get packs of them for Halloween. You get
Mhm.
like individually wrapped ones, and when it's individually wrapped and they have the sheen on them because of how they are, it's just like I have no clue until I go to grab it. Is this hard or is this soft? And when it's hard, I don't even eat it. But when it's
No.
soft, like they have some of the just stretchiest gummy candies out there. The flavor is
Right?
super good. Like honestly, I agree that with the soft ones, I'd probably put those high A or something.
Okay. So are we putting highest of A? I say above Jolly Ranchers?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that
Okay.
honestly, if we don't have an S at the end, then I think that they could fill that in.
Well, yeah, this I mean, I might have said the same for Jolly Ranchers bordering S, but Lifesavers was the first one I said confidently high A, low S.
Yeah,
I come the end if we don't have an S, we're gonna bump that up.
yeah, for sure.
All right, next up, Tootsie Rolls, not to be confused with Tootsie Pop, which I don't know how many looks it takes to the center of. I've had Tootsie Rolls a good amount of times in my life, and they are not great, like C tier in my opinion.
Dude, they're F tier in my opinion. I fucking hate Tootsie Rolls. Like, if you're someone who likes chocolate, which clearly you are not, they do a disservice to chocolate. It is just like, it tastes disgusting. The
Mhm.
texture is terrible. Like, they are one of the worst chocolate forms that you can have.
Maybe it's the chewiness that I like because I distinctly remember chocolate not great. Honestly, I'm willing to give you a bone on this one. If you say it's F, I'm gonna put it at F because I've never gone on my roll for Tootsie Rolls. People have offered me Tootsie Rolls. I haven't had them since, even though as a kid, I think I remember liking them, but evidently something's putting me off of them. Maybe I just like subconsciously know. Maybe it's like my Sixth Sense, which is one of the best movies of all time, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you were close with your grandfather, and Tootsie Rolls I kind of associate as an old person candy at this point.
Honestly, that
So,
might be it.
yeah.
Have you had Tootsie Pops? Because I don't think I. No, I've had a Tootsie Pop. They aren't chocolate, are they?
Well, yeah, they're like a lollipop on the outside, and then the center is Tootsie Roll.
Oh, that's also F, right?
Well, I don't know. I like the. Who cares? Move on, Jonathan Almond
I'm
Joy.
just curious for the sake of discussion.
They're not on here, so we don't need to
Okay.
talk about them.
Okay, fine. Almond Joys are pretty good. I kind of like the coconut. It's like the only thing on here that has any sort of coconut on it. And I don't normally like coconut. I don't eat coconut. I don't like coconut water. I don't like much at all about coconut. But Almond Joy coconut, actually pretty decent, not gonna lie.
Honestly, I'll let you choose then because I remember my friends and I used to play candy poker after Halloween, and we would just come home and we'd bet all the candy we didn't want, try to win some more candy at the end of the night. And almond joys were like always one of the first things to be bet because none of us enjoyed them. Like the almond is fine, but it doesn't add tons for me, and then the coconut is just isn't something that I desire in a candy. Like I can understand coconut
Mhm.
cake or something, but in a candy bar, I just don't appreciate it. But I know that certain people do. So like I'll give you full reins on this one.
I'm gonna put it mid C because, like I said, I like it. I'll eat it, but I've never once gone out of my way for it, even at the store. Because these are the ones you do see sold at the store, and
Yeah.
yeah, I've never gone for it.
All right. Three Musketeers.
This one I think will feel a bit, well, we kind of lumped it in a bit, but at least we both had it. I think Three Musketeers was my favorite out of the like trio we've been lumping together.
I enjoy Three Musketeers. I don't overly enjoy them. Like high C, B for me. I they don't stand out one way or another. To be honest, for me.
I'm putting it B minus then because I think it's firmly B. You think it's high C. I think B minus is a firm spot for it.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
All right. And I'm going to put it above Skittles because that puts it right next to Snickers.
Okay, okay. They get to hold hands.
There we go. All right. Next up, lemon heads. I've never had a lemon head. What is it?
It's like a Mike and Ike or a hot tamale, but if it was only lemon.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of lemon heads. Once again, I've only seen them during Halloween, and beyond that, like I don't think I've ever really had one. They're not exactly the same shape, but they're just like little round balls of lemon flavor.
Yeah, I don't. Lemon is not really it. Like I love lemonade, and like I've heard people say that like certain cereals, like I think people say Fruit Loops or something is like literally lemon flavored. I don't know, but I don't really want to. I don't want to have a lemon in my Halloween candy. Really, like save it for the coconut and other like the banana flavors. Let those be the unique flavors. I don't need lemons in it.
Yeah, well, also with like the coconut, that's one aspect to a chocolate bar. If you're just like straight up going for lemon, there's better sour candies that have more variance to it. Even if Sour
Like
Patch
Sour
has
Patch
like,
Kids.
yeah, Sour Patch has muted flavors, but they're still flavors. Lemonhead is just lemon.
Yeah. So what are you thinking? D tier?
Yeah, I think D tier. It's not bad. It's just boring and not exactly what I want.
I'm gonna put it D tier, the bottom of D tier, because at least candy corn is Halloween themed.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Next up, blow pops, which are just like, if I'm not mistaken, just like little shoot, not popsicles. What's the word?
Lollipops.
Lollipops. There we go. Just fruity flavored, right?
Yeah, I'm just using this as a representation for like I don't think many people know too many brands of them, and I didn't want to have like 10 different lollipops on here. But yeah, it's mainly just fruity flavor. They might have some chocolate flavored, but it's like stereotypically strawberry, cherry, etc.
Yeah. Like I have no issue with lollipops. I just don't think they're that good. Like I think high D.
I I agree. Like I enjoy the general flavor to them, but also the worst part is since they're on a stick, you always end up with like a saliva soaked like papery stick at the end, which I hate. So, but the flavor isn't bad whatsoever. So for me,
Yeah.
I think like bottom of C or very top of D.
I'm gonna say I'll accept bottom of C.
Okay.
If anything, just to round out the shape of the chart a little better.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Next up, I can't really read what that
It's Hubba
says.
Bubba.
Oh, Hubba Bubba. That's like the shoot. What is Hubba Bubba? That's not like the gum, but I know it's chewy, right?
No, it's bubblegum, yeah.
Oh, it is gum. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So not meant to be swallowed.
Honestly, for me, Hubba Bubba's like F tier. It's one of the worst gums. It's bubblegum flavor, which what the fuck even is that? Like that's a
Yeah.
completely artificial flavor. And at the end of the day, first of all, you can't even eat it. And then if you're gonna get gum, like just go get some good tasting gum from the grocery store for 89 cents.
Yeah, honestly, like if I'm getting my candy for Halloween, I want to be able to eat my candy, not just end up with a weird fruity flavor in my mouth. I'm on board with you on this one, F tier. But I'm gonna put it above Twizzlers and Tootsie Rolls because I think it'll be better than each.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, next up, Kit Kat, the one where you are a notorious monster.
Oh yeah, because I don't break them, I just bite into them like a heathen.
Yeah, I have my thing where I eat individual Skittles and M&Ms. You have your thing where you bite into Kit Kats. So we're each monsters in our own way. Uh,
Yeah.
Kit Kat's good, firmly like B tier in my opinion.
I can accept that. For me, like, I think that if you just have a basic chocolate flavor, because the wafer doesn't add much flavor to it. I mean, it makes it so the chocolate doesn't overwhelm you.
Mhm.
But out of the like basic chocolate flavor candies, they're probably one of the best for me because I love texture and they give you that
That's what I
crunch.
was gonna say. That's the difference.
So for me, I'd be fine with the low A or like solid B. But if you want solid B, that's fine.
Honestly, well, let me think about it because we have Milky Way, Snickers, and Three Musketeers in B tier, and I think Kit Kat is better than all of them.
I do as well. So you fine with low A?
I'm fine with low A because I like Kit Kats. Someone offers me a Kit Kat, I'm going to eat it, and I'm going to eat multiple Kit Kats to be clear. Like, because the issue with chocolate bars, just chocolate, is it's just chocolate. There's nothing else to like mix up the texture, nothing to make it stand out. And chocolate on its own doesn't have a great texture. Kit Kat changes the game.
Well, Kit Kat also, like, you wanted to include your mini M&Ms and stuff like that. We could have an entire tier list just for
Oh.
Kit Kats because there's like green tea Kit Kats, which are like S tier in my opinion.
Mhm.
There's strawberry milkshake. Like Japan pumps out Kit Kats.
And honestly, rightfully so. If you're gonna pump out anything, this is the one.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right. Twix. I know you're passionate about this one, so take it away.
Dude, Twix are my S tier. Like, we were debating about whatever the fuck earlier for S tier. This is once again in my mind like solid S tier, if not like the top of A tier, because it's got the crunch of the
Yeah.
wafer in the middle, like it has for Kit Kats, but it's got the caramel as well. It's got the chocolate is perfect on it. The ratios are perfect. Like it's such a solid candy bar.
When you lived with your dad, I distinctly remember there were two things you had me try that I never tried at any point in my life. It was some kind of cookie, I don't remember what it was. And then the other one was a Twix bar, because my first time ever having Twix was with you just a couple years ago. And I
Really? Okay.
remember I remember you raved about it and I had it and I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, like I have no issues like putting it like around the Kit Kat thing. I don't like it as much as Kit Kats, but I understand why people would. It definitely changes, aspects about chocolate to really knock it up a tier. So I'm willing to say like high A.
Okay, I'll accept that. Yeah, because I actually, ironically enough, that was when you tried it for the first time. I tried it for the first time in Korea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because like normally I'm always like a Reese's man or stuff like that, but they didn't have any Reese's in Korea. So I was just getting stuff, and candy is often like still 50 cents in Korea. So I was
Hmm.
just like, okay, here's some Twix. Like they sound good. I've never actually had one before. And I went in on it and I was like, shit, I really like Twix.
I, for some reason, just associate it as a childhood favorite of yours because I felt like it has everything you would want in a candy bar. That's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, you would think so.
But yeah, next up, Crunch. Okay, if Twix is your S tier candy you're like passionate about, Crunch is my S tier candy. And hear me out. It's like kind of along the same lines of a Kit Kat in that it's a chocolate bar that adds like a crunchy like texture to it, but it's thinner than Kit Kats, which I enjoy. Like it's just so great, and the rice texture and flavor like adding to it, it's just fantastic. Everything about Crunch. And then you have Crunch minis. They used to break Crunch bars apart like with Crunch on it, you'd separate by the letter. Now they actually just have little mini individual Crunch bars, not too dissimilar from Kit Kats but smaller.
Hmm.
It's just everything's good. And then Crunch ice cream is also a thing. If you've ever had like dip
Yeah.
movie theater, or if you've ever had like those chocolate bars that are encased in things, Crunch is a popular thing to do that. Crunch is S tier in my mind.
Jonathan, I really enjoy Crunch, but I don't want you to get away with putting your thing in S tier as the only thing. So with you, I will let you put Crunch in S tier because I do honestly enjoy them. If you allow me to put Twix below them, but still in S tier.
I will accept that because I think, this is our list. It's formulative of our opinions. If you're that like passionate about Twix, I am this passionate about Crunch.
Okay, yeah, because Crunch is really solid, but honestly, they're never in like checkout lines, and it really makes me wonder why. Because they're good.
It used to be like I used to get it all the time with my grandfather, but now when I go out, yeah, I don't really see them as often anymore. I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't know. Certain candies just fade. Like my favorite Reese's is Reese's peanut butter bites, which look like Whoppers, not the burger. But they're peanut butter on the inside. But those have been like discontinued since like 2006. And now when you look up Reese's bites, like you'll just get the super minis come up like for
Yeah.
95% of the pictures.
Can I just say how much I hate it when genuinely good snacks are discontinued? Like, one of my favorite chips growing up was Doritos Fiery Habanero chips. Oh my god, at that point, the best chip I'd ever had in my life. It might still be up there based off of how I remember it tasting, but they discontinued it, and now they just keep their stupid, like, spicy nacho and other weird flavors. I'm like, "No, you had
Yeah.
the perfect flavor. What happened?"
Well, oh, burping. So
That'll get edited out.
nope, it
Anyways.
won't. I'm too lazy for this one. So Baby Ruth.
Okay, Baby Ruth. Okay, I specifically asked for this one to get added because it wasn't on the list, and I felt like it was distinctly different enough. I like Baby Ruth in all honesty. They are my preferred chocolate bars out of like more basic chocolate bars, like a Milky Way, Snickers, Three Musketeers. Like I would put it above those three, but I'd still keep it B tier, like high B tier personally.
Honestly, I enjoy them, but like I said earlier, they kind of bleed into the rest for me, so I'm fine in the general B area.
I see them bleeding in, but they really don't stand out at all in your mind. Dang.
No, but also I never have them past Halloween. Like it's hard to see them in a grocery store past Halloween as well. So for me, they could also just bleed in because I don't get an opportunity to eat them other than when they're compared right next to the other ones.
That's fair. I always feel like with Baby Ruths, I always think of Babe Ruth, and then like growing up, I always had issues with that, like just getting the two mixed up.
Fair enough.
But nah, Mike and Ike, another one that we had added, because it's distinctly different enough in my mind. As I remember them, they were very little like fruity. I don't think they were that sour from what I remember, just like capsules almost.
Yeah, they're in the same weird market that like hot tamales and a few things are in of just like we want all of our candies to look like pills.
Yeah, I don't know why. The thing is, I don't actually dislike it. Like it's pretty okay. Like I think it's like C tier. Like I like it.
I agree. Like to me, it's not bad, but it's not good. It's like yeah, it's fine. It's C tier.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it around hot tamales then. All right. Next up, Fun Dip. Oh my god. So I liked Fun Dip a lot as a kid, and I would like just lick the heck out of it. Growing up now, looking back on it, like I haven't had it since I was a kid, but I think that would be fucking disgusting. Like a flavorless stick dipped into cheap, nasty powder. I don't know why I liked it as a kid. Maybe if I had it today, I'd still like it, but I'm very skeptical. I just want to put that out there.
Honestly, like I don't care about the flavor too much, but I always hated watching people eat them because they're just like going to town making out with a wooden stick and it looks disgusting
Wait,
and
was it wooden? I always had ones that were like consumable, I
it's
thought.
not wooden, but
Oh, okay. I was like, was I eating wood when I
no,
was a
because if
kid?
it was wood, I don't think it would stick to it very well. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I always was disgusted by watching people eat it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. The flavor is fine, but if we're counting, candy corn for being Halloweeny as a reason to not make it F, I feel like this just being atrocious to watch eat and eat itself, I feel like that's got to bump it down some to like D.
Yeah, I was gonna say a low D. I'm gonna put it above candy corn, but literally just above candy corn. It's not good. Okay. Finally, this is my chance to shine, buddy.
Okay, shine, Jonathan.
Okay. I'm not going to talk about Haribo specifically. I'm just going to like branch this out to gummies in general. Gummy bears are good. B for bears, that's where they belong.
Mhm.
Gummy worms, oh my god, straight S tier. They are superior to gummy bears in every fashion. They have a better texture, better flavor. They're not dense. They're kind of stretchy. They're multicolored generally. Oh my goodness, gummy worms, which is not what's in the picture, but it's Haribo. I'm going to expand. Just gummy worms are perfect.
I enjoy gummy worms more. I agree with you on that. I wouldn't put them S tier for me personally because a lot of time when you have a gummy worm, if I bite that, you say it's multicolored and it tastes multicolored in the way of just like if you ask me what flavor is this, I would tell you it's fruit flavored
Okay,
because
I'll agree with you on that.
I don't know what their flavor is. So like they're good, but I couldn't put them above A. But yeah, for like most forms of gummy, I'd probably put them like B.
Okay, can we settle on low A?
Jonathan, we're symmetrical boys, so I'm not sure how the list looks right now, but I want you to do whatever looks
Fuck, that
best.
means high B. Well,
Haha.
actually, here's the thing though. We're at the end. Do we want to bump up Lifesavers and or Jolly Ranchers to S tier? Because those are the ones that we suggested.
I'm fine to bump up lifesavers to S tier.
Okay. Lifesavers S tier, and then to
But
make it
make that note in your mind. These are the chewy ones because honestly,
yes.
if you do the hard ones, I think those are like D tier.
Agreed. Now, as far as symmetrics go, we have such a number that it can't be perfectly symmetrical, but this is about as good as it's gonna get. I'm gonna send you a picture over Discord, and you're gonna be very pleased with our results.
I'd like to imagine that you just put M&Ms in S tier and everything else in F.
Wouldn't that be funny? And then you can feel free to debate it, but like this is our general consensus here. Crunch, Twix, and Lifesavers, as good as it gets. Bubba, Hubba, whatever, Hubba
Hubba
Bubba.
Bubba.
Yeah, Hubba Bubba, Twix, and Tootsie Rolls, about as bad as it gets.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, generally, there's some things I don't agree with the list, but let us know your opinions. Light Jonathan up in the comments, and
Hey,
I will
excuse
see you
me?
next week.
No, no, the people will agree with me. They'll be like, "Damn, that Dylan guy has never had a candy in his life."
Okay, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. So, ta ta for now.
Hubba Bubba.